show you how to make these paper napkin tissue paper. These are actually some napkins or tissues, whatever you like to call them. And by making this technique, you will actually end up with getting a paper that you can cut out and craft any way you want. This one is pink, and you can make any kind of tissues or papers that you want. So I'm in the kitchen right now. This is not my crafting room, and the reason I'm in the kitchen because if you're gonna make this, you will need to use an iron. There it is. So you will need some kind of ironing, and I don't know about the American ones, but this one has only from 1 to 3 dots, and you will want to use the third dot. Can you see that? It is on max, the maximum power. I don't know how much that is in Celsius or Fahrenheit, but it is the max. So the maximum effect you will want. You don't need any water inside this, just max. So that's what you're gonna need. Then this paper right here, you will need one on the bottom and you will need one on top. And these are actually called leivinpaperi, kakplåtspapper. These are the kind of paper that you put in the oven. If you make, for example, food or cookies, you will want to protect the oven, the metal board or whatever you're using with these. I'm not sure if it is called wax paper, because I don't know how the American wax paper work. If you put heat on it, it will not melt. It feels a bit waxy, but it will not melt. It is heat resistant. So if the American wax paper melts while adding heat, do not use wax paper. But I would say this is the Finnish type of wax paper. But you use this when you make food. Then you will also need elmukelmu. I don't know what that is at Swedish, and I sure don't know what it is at American. This is like plastic. You put this on food. After you made the food, you will put it in the fridge, and to make it last longer or not the smelly food, so you will put this thing on so the moisture and the smells will stay underneath this. So this is like plastic folio or something. It's also used in the kitchen, and this will act like your glue. So you will make a sandwich by starting with one of those paper. Then you will take a printer paper. This paper is 8 grams per square meter. I use white, and you're just gonna put it down on top of this when you make your, can you see there, like that. Then you will also take a napkin. I'm gonna, for example, take this blue napkin. You will only need the last layer. So if you have a napkin that is pretty thick, you will only need the last layer, almost the see-through layer. If you have one of these, this is a Halloween napkin, it's pretty thick. So you will open it up and you immediately notice that there's another layer behind. You will try to peel away the last layer, so you're ending up with only, carefully removing, these are 2 layers. This one you could throw away or use. I'm gonna perhaps use this, so I'm gonna save this, but you will only use the last layer, and that is this one. So I think I'm gonna make one of these, yeah. So before you put that on, you're gonna have the paper. Then you're gonna take a big piece of the plastic folio, like this, and cover up the paper with it, like that. Make sure you get it all over the paper, but still make sure you stay on top of this, otherwise it will glue to your fabric underneath. And then you take this one and put it on like that. And then finally you will take the other piece of the finished wax paper, and that's your sandwich. And now you will take your iron and just start ironing like this and use the maximum heat. And it will take a while. Don't be afraid to leave it for a few seconds like that. Make sure you get all the corners. It shouldn't take too long when you use the maximum heat. So I think this is about done. Yeah, let's put that in there. And now we have a paper with Halloween on, and you can see the napkin is bigger than the paper, so we're just gonna cut it out. I'm just doing this free-handedly, so it's not gonna be straight. But when you see that there, it didn't really take, so you have to, this side didn't really glue yet, so you're just gonna put it down some more. Make sure it will get nice and melted underneath. Like that. Yeah, that's much better. I'm just gonna cut it out. And this will give you a nice feeling to the paper. It will actually feel like fabric on top of the paper. So there we have our Halloween paper. And this is like a normal paper. You can cut it out, you can do punches, and it feels very soft, like a bit, I wouldn't say silky, but fabric. So that's how you make that one. As you can see, here are some white parts. Since the paper I used was white, they will show up white. If you use a black paper or orange or red or something, this will look a little bit different. So don't be afraid of using. These are 5-color mix, 80 gram per square meter. So they are not very thick. They are really for your printer, and they are different colors. So feel free to experiment with different colors. They will show up differently. I'm just gonna try another thing. I'm gonna try to take this paper and I'm gonna make it all scrubby. I never tried it before, so I don't know how this will work. Now it is all wrinkled, and then I'm gonna take once again this paper, make up my sandwich, take some of this, like that. Put that on top of the paper. If you don't think that one layer is enough of this, you can use 2. I always use 1, but depending on how thick it is in other countries, you might want to use double. Then I'm just going to lay this here. I think it will be flattened out because the iron probably works that way. Then you put this on and then you just start going over it. Yeah, I can already see that the wrinkles are going out, so that wasn't such a good idea. So apparently you can't make a wrinkle paper. You can only make it really, really nice and flat. This is a bit silly when I can't see my whole self in the camera, but I thought this is more important than my face, so like that. Then you're just gonna peel this off. Here you can see that it actually sticked to the paper here. That's okay. Although it melted, you can always peel it off like that. Here you can see the melting parts a little bit. And then you get a paper like that. And again, it feels like fabric. So that's pretty much how you do this. So here you have this one. Can you see? Okay. Here you have this one, and here you have that one. And feel free to experiment with all kinds of different color paper and all kinds of napkins. Here are the other ones that I made, pink and grey. So yeah, thank you for watching and have a nice day. If you have any questions, let me know, but this is how you do it. Yeah, basically. At least in Finland with these materials. But if you have a question, let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. See ya. Bye.